Looking good.
Don't mention that to Murphy, cause he's been after me. I won battle, but I'm losing a war.
Oh, one day at a time.
Yep, one day at a time.
That's you, Roa. You're electrified.
Is that you?
No.
Okay.
All set? Okay. Good afternoon. I will call the Board of Health meeting to order at 4:39 p.m. Okay. So we have our agenda in front of us, and let me just say thank you first off to everyone. This is our first meeting since the elections. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out and voted and supported me. I appreciate it, and I'm happy to be back in for another 3 years, and hopefully we'll serve the town well and do everything that we can to keep it going. One thing that is not listed on the agenda that we can do or we can hold off till next meeting is reorganization. So what is the pleasure of the board?
I make a motion, we wait to the next meeting.
Okay.
So we can
Yep.
have some time to digest all that.
Not a problem. So on the next meeting, we'll do reorganization.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. Okay, so first up, we have Sergeant Dean Popowski and Roberta have been working on bicycle safety. So I'll let Ro start with it, and Sergeant Popowski, you can come right up. Welcome, thank you for coming.
So, I had come up with the idea that, let me backtrack. I saw a little kid in town riding a bike without a helmet. So it just got me thinking, he doesn't have a helmet on, how many other kids maybe don't have helmets? Maybe he left it at home, I don't know. Then I just started thinking about bike safety and all the kids, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice as a board if we, along with the police department, did some sort of bike safety program, if the kids could bring their bikes here and we had some sort of rally outside, even if they just ran around cones to see that they understood how to go and stop, that the tires were inflated properly, the chains were okay, the handlebars were straight, the seats were at the right height for them. Just something that they could come and little kids love the police officers. When I was at Mason Road, they loved when the police officers came. It was the big deal for them. So, I thought, wouldn't that be neat? So I reached out to Sergeant Poplowski to see if we could do something together, because I wasn't sure how to go about doing that. So I've hit a stone wall. I reached out to Walmart, and they said they don't do it. I haven't heard back from Target. So I'm not really sure. So I figured, it would be nice to do something, maybe not so much of an inspection, a fake inspection, so to speak. Maybe they got like a stamp in their passbook, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, if they did it so many years in a row, they could get something, or, even just for coming that day, for participating, they could get some kind of coupon,
Absolutely.
So that's kind of my thought
We're
process.
just open for brainstorming right now.
Yeah, I would love to have done it before school started, but we're already, 1 week till the end of this month, and I don't think we're obviously not going to make it, but maybe something that we could do on the fly in September, but then next year a little bit more, prepared, get things
Right.
out, or even if we waited till next year. So I'm not sure what you found.
Well, we've done these before. It's been a long time since
Yeah.
we have. And we also had another agency you might want to consider as a fire department.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
I think, whatever we decide to do here, I think it would be good to include them, even to have their ambulance on site, let the kids kind of, look through that and meet some of the people that might treat them if ever, God forbid, there's an accident
Right.
with them.
Right.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah, like Roberta said, we've been kind of talking about it for a little while. I've reached out to a few people asking about any kind of helmet grants. We used to be able to obtain those through the Kiwanis Club. I have not heard back from the group I've emailed. I think they were out of Worcester, so I can try and follow with them. I did reach out to one of the bike shops that I use a lot, Landry's, they have several stores, several locations in the state. Might even be worth maybe reaching out. I haven't reached out to like Southbridge Bicycles yet. But again, everybody's kind of in the same boat as far as that kind of gear and whether or not they can donate at this time. So the only other option is maybe donations, you know.
Right.
Also, before I forget, back in those days, Friendlies used to hand out coupons to at least the police department. What we would do with those, if we saw a kid riding their bike with a helmet on, we could give them a ticket, you know, and then they could go get like a free ice cream cone at Friendlies. I did reach out to them. I spoke to the manager, and she was supposed to reach out to their contact person and
nice.
get back to me. I'm still waiting to hear back from
Why
them.
not go local? Would the ice cream farm consider something small like that?
Right.
Could
Mhm.
reach out and talk to
It
them.
doesn't hurt to ask, keeping it local as
Sure.
well.
Yeah, this is gonna date, but I remember things, a bicycle rodeo.
Mhm.
Is that what?
That's what I was kind of,
Okay,
in my
good.
mind,
That's what I was.
seeing,
So,
kind of
and I-
piggybacking with the helmet program.
Right, and I think that would be good, definitely. And
Yeah.
my personal opinion, you can tell me what you guys feel. I would try to aim for something to do in September, even if it's just a small thing this
Small.
year. Then next year, plan bigger and plan
Yeah.
it for like August.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I actually have it on, like where we have meetings, like throughout the
right.
the
Or
months
even like,
until next year.
even like Roberta said, even before school lets out, because that's when most kids will probably
Right.
start riding their
Right.
bikes again in the
Right.
summertime.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely think that we need to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because you're right, there's a lot of kids riding around, and be it whether they don't have helmets or they're just not. You know.
So
Yeah,
can
they
we look
forget it,
into
you know.
a fundraising, where, was it Uno's could we put something together where we would have a fundraiser event through either Uno's or like, again, go back to where local businesses, where a portion of the proceeds goes towards
It would
this event,
As
to
a-
where we could purchase helmets.
as a town, we can't do something like that. If it was a independent group, they could. But I think your idea of reaching out to local places
Yeah.
would be good, and we might be able to at least start. And like I said, we can start small, even if we
Right.
get.
Yeah, for next year, maybe Gentex wants to.
You know, if
do
we
it,
get
you know,
the
right,
notices out, but at least have something for inspections and, you know, maybe get a little, I like your idea of the passbook and the stamp and
That's so
a little
cute.
something
Yeah.
else, like, I don't know, find a bike reflector, or, you know, something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just thinking along that lines, looking into that.
What did the rodeo consist of in the past? What did you guys?
So there would be a quick inspection of the bicycle, make sure that it was operating somewhat safely, I guess. Also, the kids who showed up with a helmet, make sure they fit properly. They know how to wear them. And then from there would be, you could have anywhere from 5 to 10, 15 stations, depending on, the area you have to run this, where, they learn the rules of the road. They learn hand signals at one station. They learn how to stop at an intersection, things like that, bike handling,
Love that.
Yeah.
I think-
So
Yeah.
great.
And then,
I
and then
feel
at
like
the end,
of the school
right,
year
and then
next
at the
year.
end, there
Yeah.
could be some sort of certificate of participation, and, and then maybe, like I said, ambulance, fire truck, just
Yeah.
other things to maybe draw some families down.
Yeah, I
think
love
so.
it.
I-
Right?
yeah,
It's so
I
cute.
think
I'm
that's
so
what the
excited.
rodeo is.
I think that's
Yeah.
definitely what we want to aim for. Because I remember years ago,
Mhm.
there was
Yeah, that's
something,
great.
Yeah.
That's
and
great. So what can we do on a smaller scale as a
Right.
pre-introduction?
I
to
think
this
we
fall?
probably just can post it that we're gonna have an inspection station set up, or what did you call it, a rally?
rodeo.
A rodeo here. It's just gonna be piecemealed right now, right? Because it's kinda last minute and I don't think the vision that we have isn't gonna happen this year, right? So
No, I think we'll have
small,
this
we could,
instead of
right,
this.
we could have the basic stations that you feel that we need to make sure that we're checking out the bikes safe and that the kids are safe, and then some sort of inspection, some sort of like book
Yeah,
or
we can
sticker
work on
or
that.
something that we could give them with next year, like, you know, even if, you know, Dudley the dog is there, and we have like a bigger event, like,
What
you know.
about the touch a truck? Can we piggyback on something else that already has happened in the town? Like, does that touch a truck?
Who does that? I don't remember
I
who
think
does that.
Southbridge has done it.
I thought we've done them in town before.
The PTO has done them.
Might have been
So
There might have been,
Charlton.
there might have been one
We-
year that there was
Did
one
we do
here,
that
but-
one year? I don't remember, but
I remember Universal Tag one year, there was one by the
we had
PTO or
something down
something.
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if there's anything we could piggyback with, maybe the school has something planned for the fall. I mean, didn't we did a fall, we've done, I don't know, it's been so long
Yeah.
since I've been part of the PTO. But just on a thought, if we
Yeah,
piggybacked off of
absolutely.
something
Yeah.
that was already taking place in town through one of the school's events.
I think when we go through schools, then you have to go through the school committee
Yeah.
and get all those approval. If we just do it as a Town of
Just a
Dudley
separate-
Board of Health, Fire Department, Police Station,
A public safety.
we don't
Public
have
health,
to.
public safety.
And we certainly can extend the invitation
To
to
them.
Mr.
Oh,
LaMarche
absolutely.
and say, look, this is what we're doing, spread the word through the schools, especially Mason Road, Dudley
Right.
L, Heritage,
Yes.
and Charlton L,
Heritage,
you know, even the middle school kids, I think those are the
Absolutely.
biggest culprits with no helmets on. When they're on
Absolutely.
their skateboards, but we wanna open it up to everybody, but I think maybe we'll start small, learn from what we need to do better for next
Right.
year.
Just like we've been doing with Earth Day, every year
Yeah.
we expand
Yeah.
a little bit,
Mhm.
you know, and we're gonna expand more next year for that. So
Yep.
I definitely think this is a great idea, and this is what we should, now that we can kind of focus on other things besides just COVID. You know, I think it's definitely, we wanna give back to the
Mhm.
community, and
So do we wanna tentatively get some, like a soft structure set up tonight, like a tentative date or
The
with a rain
school
date?
goes back before Labor Day this year, or after, geez, I don't, September 2nd, I think, I don't remember,
wow, that'll be here before you know it.
yeah.
Yeah, like that's 6 weeks away, so if we're gonna try to plan something on a small scale, we gotta hustle now.
Should we look at that first weekend in September, like the 4th?
I think that's Labor Day.
That's Labor Day
gonna be
weekend.
a little
I'll be out
tricky.
I'll be busy that weekend.
Maybe the weekend after.
Mm-hmm, the 10th or, well, the 10th is a Friday, but like the 11th, or is a Saturday or a Sunday better? You know, we're gonna do one day
I
or?
would think a Saturday would,
I would do
Yeah.
one day,
yeah.
you know, maybe.
And I don't know, I think Saturdays most, although you're gonna complete.
What sports is going on in the fall?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're gonna compete with soccer.
Football.
Yep.
Mm.
Baseball,
So,
field
That is
hockey.
true.
Well, the little guys, little kids, I don't think they have such an extended season.
no, just
but-
soccer basically, I would think for the, and some football, but I don't know, what day do you think is a good?
I think Saturdays are good, and you know what? We're not gonna be able to get everybody. The
Right.
time's not gonna be perfect for everyone.
But it's a start.
Right, exactly.
If you,
So
you
we're
know,
thinking-
if we have to figure out what age range is our target group, you know, like I think you said Mason Road and Dudley L, I think that's a great start. And then, you know, those kids who play soccer, if I'm not mistaken, those younger kids usually play early in the morning. So
Right.
if we schedule something for like
In the afternoon.
mid to,
Yeah.
early afternoon, one to
Yeah, they're
3,
usually
1 to
done
4.
by
Yeah.
10 or 11 or something, aren't they? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
so maybe after lunch.
So,
Yeah.
So are we thinking the second weekend in September?
the 11th?
11th.
9/11?
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, what do you think?
I would say 1 to 3, if
Yeah,
it's an
1 to
open
3
question
works.
out here.
Perfect.
All right.
The stations typically don't last very long, so they're gonna, you know, but, and there's always the option if they wanna go through again,
Right.
you know, just to have fun.
So cute.
So we're doing,
Okay, so 9/11, Saturday, 1 to 3.
So,
I will work on,
so bicycle rodeo?
yes.
What we're kinda calling
do you want
it.
me
Yes.
to talk to Ms. A? Or were
Yes.
you gonna, well, yeah?
Do you mind?
No.
You talk to her.
Is it a yard sale date
Labor Day. Oh, man.
for the Boy Scout yard sale? Isn't it usually the second weekend
It
in
might be the
September?
2nd or the 3rd, I don't know, do they have a date yet?
No. Well, we'll say this is tentative. Tomorrow is, well, so this Thursday they have a meeting, so I'll
We'll
have,
find out.
Okay.
Sam find
Let's at
out.
least throw some dates and times down.
Yeah.
And we can adjust from there.
That dang yard sale.
We will, let's see, we'll have, Amanda and I will work on little passbooks and stamps and some type of little item or something. We'll find something we'll work on. Are you gonna reach out to the fire department?
Sure, I can talk to
Okay.
Dean.
What can we do?
Locals.
Local businesses?
Yep.
So what are we looking to get, like little gift certificates? All right, local. Like Big Al's, a slice of pizza, I mean, maybe something small like that to, as an
Yeah.
incentive.
Anything that we
Small
can.
item,
So we'll work on all of that.
Ice cream.
We'll look to see if we can, if anyone, again, I'll reach out, anyone who's watching, if anyone knows of any place that we could get possibly donations for helmets or the purchase of helmets, because that's the biggest concern right now. So we'll work on that. We'll get permission to use the town hall. We can have everybody, so have them come in down here and have the station set up top, or?
Probably the safest area.
Yeah.
Maybe out back, you mean?
Yeah.
Where-
Yeah, do that, and
You could-
we'll work with that.
Close
So
off
town
that
hall.
backside.
Yeah, we can definitely,
Upper lot. How many stations would you have typically done?
Again, for a short one, maybe 5 to start,
Five to
perfect.
start, all right.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But, maybe not include, so maybe 7 total, counting
Okay.
the check-in, like registration,
Right,
then the quick bike safety check, the helmet check, and then maybe 5 actual stations where they'll ride their bike.
okay.
So check in.
Once we confirm everything, we
We'll
get.
get a flyer.
Get a flyer out to the schools.
Yep, Amanda and I and you. And Dean.
We'll need volunteers too to run
Yes.
those stations, so I don't know if you have, I could probably get a few of the officers to help out.
I'm sure if we put the word out, people would step up.
Oh, yeah, and I think if we reach out to the
I was
schools,
thinking, would the Boy Scouts help?
Boy Scouts,
Yeah, the Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts, the
NJ,
schools,
NJHS.
NJHS and NHS, and anybody who needs community service for anything, or anybody who just wants to come out and help, I
And
mean,
maybe Miss Sophia would be, Dudley would do.
I can check into that. No promises. But I'll certainly ask.
That's true, we've gotta have Dudley and we've gotta,
September 18th.
Dudley the dumpster dog.
So
No,
that'd be
8,
dog.
9,
No,
the
we're
11th.
we're
Dudley
safe.
the dog.
Yard sale is September
Get rid of
18th.
Oh, beautiful. So that's
we're
good.
safe.
So, and also ask her for volunteers when you speak with her.
Okay.
And tell her we can, if she's willing to jump on board and do things, we can advertise that as being sponsored in part with
Okay.
the troop. I'm all for anybody who wants to help out, we'll put it on you, put the flag. Like when we do the Earth Day, Last Green Valley helps, and so we put that it's sponsored in part by the Last Green Valley. I have no problem. We want people to be involved, and we'll gladly notice, give them notification that they're helping.
So here's a question. So say I approach a local business, and I'm just gonna say Big Al's. What if Big Al sponsored a night, just himself, and said, I'm gonna have this thing for every, blah, 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 purchased, a portion of it, Big Al's is gonna donate to the,
That's there,
okay.
as
But
long
if-
as it's not us.
But I
Right.
just wanna make sure,
Yeah.
if I approach them and say, would you be willing to, as a,
Do you have to create an account specifically for bike rodeo / bicycle
I'll
safety
talk
program?
to Debbie
So
tomorrow.
that money goes specifically,
Yeah, I will talk to her tomorrow to see about that.
so maybe I'll try to put a flyer together that I can stop by businesses to
Yep.
let them know what we're doing.
Yeah, I think it would be good.
And if they were willing to do something like that, if they, on their end, were willing to have a small, like, just a
Anything.
one day, one night, I mean, even if they raised $50, something is something. All right, so put a flyer together.
Works for me.
Okay, do we want to put this on the agenda for next month too?
Absolutely.
So next month, and we'll have you come back again. third Tuesday, we're looking at August 17th.
Hang on one second.
Take your time.
My notes is filling up here, okay.
You should be good by then.
I believe so. I'm game.
Okay.
Dun-dun-dun.
Now, let's see. Let's go to calendar.
Yes.
All right.
August 17th.
What the
Yes.
hell?
August 17th.
You can't get rid of us there, Sergeant. We know where to
But
find you.
I'll roll in about 5 minutes late. But
That's
I can
fine.
do the 4:30.
Perfect. So the
Okay.
next meeting will be August 17th, which is a Tuesday, and 4:35. And we'll have you first on the agenda again. Well, not just you, the whole discussion.
Okay.
And we should have more information and be able to
Yeah.
really promote at that time. And you can reach out to us at any time
Great.
if you need anything. Or
Thank
we
you.
appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
great. It's a great idea.
Be fun.
Good job.
No,
It was a
you're
great
welcome.
idea,
Yeah.
Will.
Yes, and speak with your daughter.
Thanks to the insomnia. See what
Yeah.
happens when I don't sleep?
Thank you very much.
Have a good
Thank
rest of your
you.
night. Thank you very
Enjoy.
much.
Be
Have a
safe
good ride
out
home.
there.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't forget to use your hand
Wear your
signals.
helmet.
Well, that was good.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
See, this is
If
what,
anybody has any other ideas,
Yeah.
coming from our fellow town people, like, please reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Send us an email at Board of Health,
actually, it's now
Oh,
building,
it's changed.
building 1
Building 1.
at dudleyma.gov.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
Should I
got that,
see if
so.
Dean is gonna come to the next meeting?
Yes, we'll see if he
Okay.
could, or a representative, if not
Okay.
him, someone, that would be great.
So that's on you. You're gonna double check with him.
Yeah.
Invite him.
I will,
Okay.
yes.
Yep, and we know what we're doing, so we're good, because we can do it. Perfect. Okay, so up next is, number 2, is the Webster Dudley Agreement for Shared Health Agent Services. So, we advertised for a health agent for several weeks, and we received 1 application for a perk agent, which is item number 3. But no one applied that was a qualified health agent. So what we're doing is reaching out to Webster to see if we can come up with some type of shared position, and we're working on that. And so currently, we do not have a health agent. When something comes in, Amanda notifies. If it's something COVID related,
Mhm.
Amanda notifies Ro. If it's health otherwise related, Amanda notifies myself. I see if it's something that is in the scope of my training.
Mhm.
If not, then we refer to someone else who's willing to help us. We've been fortunate so far.
Yep.
So when this happens with other towns, can you borrow their health agents in an absolute, like,
Sometimes, Charlton is really good with us. I know
That's
that.
great.
I can call
Yeah.
Jim. Webster, we can reach out to.
all right, so.
It's just
You don't
kind
like
of,
to on
no,
a
it's
regular
just
basis,
kind of a
but-
tough situation right now.
Because I'm sure they're in the same
Right,
predicament.
right. So we're,
I know.
we're trying.
So let's hope this melding of the Webster Dudley, looking for an agent that will cover both towns works.
We're hoping.
It just makes sense.
Does,
really. Makes a lot of
So,
sense.
as I get more information, we will, definitely talk about it, and hopefully we can pull things together and go from there. Thankfully, all the restaurant inspections, everything had been done not
That's
that
good.
long ago.
Mhm.
So, we do have a few things going on, but it's nothing that's beyond, it's just basic stuff, so that's okay.
So this agreement, this is out for public
No.
proposal?
No.
This is just for us to.
Just for us.
Okay, just
Yep.
to pursue right now.
Yep.
Read through.
Just so you have information of what's going on.
Yep, very good.
So item number 3 is to appoint George Slingo as our perk agent, Title V. So he would be responsible for anything for Title V, wells, you know, the septics, anything of that nature. So,
And a little bit of background on him in case somebody isn't
Yes.
familiar with who he is.
he owned a construction company. He installed septic systems many years. He was an installer. He knows how to read plans, everything. He still is in the construction business. You know, he's very knowledgeable
Good.
with Title V and wells, and he's read up on our bylaws,
Oh, good.
our laws. He is spot on with everything so
Excellent.
far. So we just need to formally appoint him.
He didn't come.
No, we told him he did not have to come. It was okay.
But, I mean, that's wonderful that.
He will
that
come.
he stepped up.
I know there's going to be, at the next meeting, we're going to have something come up in front of us that's going to need a deed restriction, and most likely he'll come that evening, just afternoon, to explain it to us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's great.
So I'll
Well, I
entertain.
make a motion to appoint George Slingo as our perk agent / Title V agent for the town of Dudley.
I accept. I second that. I'm sleeping.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Passes unanimously.
It's been a long time since we've had a meeting.
I
What are the
accept.
rules?
Can I ask you other things? Will you accept? You'll just keep accepting?
Yes, yes.
You sure you don't want to reorganize right now? Will you accept?
No, I don't.
All right, number 4.
It's been a good
accept,
day.
accept the minutes from the May
I could do
18th,
this.
2021
I
meeting.
make-
You wanna do this one,
I could do
Laura?
this one. I make a motion to accept the minutes from the May 18th, 2021 meeting.
I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second.
See?
Any other discussion?
No.
Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously.
What would you do without us?
I know.
I mean, really.
I know, I would be lost.
Ah.
Okay, town demographics and vaccine data. I forgot it.
Oh, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I remember Jamie gave us, and
Yes,
I
that
printed
was
it off and
that
forgot
was
it.
an interesting email. That was,
So,
good info.
When was that? It's a long time
It
ago.
was a while ago.
6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
yeah.
Pull it up.
Is this in response to the email that somebody sent out the other day wanting to know?
No, this was, remember, we were just gonna talk about,
Here we go.
look at that, you're good. Okay, so I will throw it over to you.
What do you,
Remember all those things? Just to give us a generalization of how many people in the town, of the percentage of people.
so this is as of June.
Right.
So the total is 5,843 individuals that were vaccinated. It is broken down into age-specific group, 12 to 15. Do you want me to go through how
Sure.
many each? 12 to 15-year-olds, there was 144. 16 to 19, there was 328. 20 to 29, 636. 30 to 49 was 1,500. 50 to 64 is 1,756. 65 to 74 was 918, and 75 plus was 561. It does not break it down to which one. Like, it doesn't say Moderna versus Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson. This is out of our population of 12,470.
So, almost half.
So, yeah, but this is as of June, right?
Right,
So
so
now
more
we're
people-
almost end of July,
Right.
so we had one more
Sure,
month
yeah.
of,
And it's funny, as you're talking about it, I got the alert from the state of Mass to get vaccinated and register as you're talking. So.
Right.
So, you know, I think overall, that's not bad at all.
No.
I know we've gotten some questions about how many people were vaccinated, and then also about the Delta variant.
Yeah, and you know what, I don't think, I would not know that unless the state really broke it down. You know,
Yeah.
even the most recent cases that came through, it doesn't break it down. So I would not know. So I'm not really sure. I know I got a couple of emails asking, and I wouldn't know.
No,
So they don't tell me.
no, they're not going to
Yeah.
release that down to us, and,
Yeah.
you know. Okay. Speaking of, let's roll right into the COVID update.
So we were doing, we were quiet for a little while, knock on wood there. We were steady at 0, and we had a little bit of a spike. We went up as high as 7. We're down to 5. It is what it is, it's still there. Some people who had traveled, ones who weren't vaccinated, some were, but it's still there. We still have to, try to mask, wash your hands, stay distant, in that 6 feet. If you're not vaccinated, I would recommend to still wear your mask. But on the other note, not always just COVID, I have seen some cases come through for Lyme's. So I wanted to talk about that. Like, we're at that season where, we have to be careful of Lyme's. So I know we had some stuff on our webpage
Yes.
about, making sure to, check your clothes. If you're in the woods, to, tuck your pants into your socks, and make sure you just do really good skin checks when you come back in from outside. So it's a little bit steady on both, not overwhelming, but it's still there. So we just have to be mindful. I don't know what the fall's gonna look like. I had a couple of calls on that, like about going back to school, but I'm not really sure. I had heard that, it's full in person and we're gonna do everything we can to get back. And I just saw on the news yesterday, the American Academy of Pediatrics, that they were saying that all kids should be masked going back.
Mhm.
So
I don't think we'll know till we're probably a week before,
right.
unfortunately.
Right.
The way that this has
Right.
transpired, things change on a
right.
dime.
There's just no vaccine for those younger kids, so I don't know. So
I know we've been getting a lot of inquiries about what is the school going to be doing, what is the college going to be doing, and PJ, I did have communication with PJ from Nichols, and she's going to be reaching out to us with what their plans are and everything,
nice.
and keeping us in the loop.
I think a lot of schools have made decisions already.
Right, yeah.
They just gotta release the information.
Right, I think we'll be, Nichols has been very good about
Yeah.
it. The school, I know Anne Marie reached out to see, and basically, with the school, DESE sets their guidelines.
Right.
So, we're just kind of like, okay, that's what you're doing, okay. So we'll go with it, and hopefully everything goes well in the fall.
right. I mean, if you think about it though, this time last year we were in the peak of it, right? And we survived. We did
Yeah.
very well. So if we're at the tail end of it and there's a handful here, a handful there, it's going to be fine.
It's going to happen.
It's going to be fine.
Right.
It's just, again, it's scary walking in those doors again, being like, what are we doing? What's the plan?
That's what I think, and that's
Yeah.
what everybody is like. They think that we might know more than,
Yeah.
and we don't. We'll find out a couple hours before the state releases it, if we're
Right.
lucky.
Yeah, right.
So,
Here's your email.
yeah, basically. And I'm glad you brought up Lyme disease. We've had a couple calls about Lyme disease, and you can. I don't think people fully. You can pick up a tick anywhere.
Right. Your animal, anywhere.
It can be blowing in the wind and you can get a tick on you. It doesn't necessarily just mean because you've been in high grass or unkept lawn or, sorry, and the best things you can do is protect your animals
Yeah.
and protect yourself.
Right, just doing those skin checks,
Right,
those areas that they like to hide,
All those nice little
the
warm crevices.
spots.
And that's what you have to do, is just be diligent about that, and you'll get through it. That being said, as a reminder, just to keep in that mosquitoes, and there are different things that in the end of summer, beginning of fall do start to come out, so let's just protect yourselves. Be diligent about
All
that.
the rain that we've had lately,
Yes.
I've literally walked my yard almost every day, and anywhere that rainwater has been able to collect, I've just tried to make sure it's getting emptied.
All right,
dump it.
consistently.
Yeah.
That's a huge
That's a
thing.
key thing, is do not keep any stagnant
Yeah.
water at,
Yeah.
buckets of water, anything, because
be
that's gonna breed the
surprised, right.
mosquitoes. And that's the best way, especially you're right, with all this rain, it's the best thing that you can do at this time, and protect yourself.
Yeah, walk around your yard, you'd be surprised where rainwater can collect, little, tubs that you got floating around, kids' toys near the sandbox, I mean, I dumping
yeah.
everything out.
Because that's gonna be breeding ground, and
Right.
now with the warm, moist weather,
I think I have some stuff in the office, so I could leave them with Amanda if
Yeah.
anyone wanted anything.
absolutely. And yeah, and if you have any questions or anything, you can always call the Board of Health or email or stop by, and we're more than happy, we have different information for you. But the best thing is you can do is protect yourself and be diligent. So I'm glad you brought those up. Thank you. So that was your public health nurse
I
report. and
rolled that
comments?
all
You
in.
just took
Did you
it
like
all?
that?
Yes,
Rolled it all in.
that was
I
wonderful.
don't always say agree, sometimes I'm on point.
Okay, you're
Okay.
good, you're good.
That's good.
Health agent report, since we don't have one, I'll just give, a little update. Let's go back to the rain. We had a lot of rain over a short amount of time. It can create a lot of problems on properties, water flow, leach fields, everything. Just be mindful that there was a huge amount of rain. I'm sure people who've never gotten water in their basement got water in their basement.
Yeah.
This was an exceptional couple weeks. So if you notice something off, give us a call, but also you might want to give a couple days to see what transpires, because it might just be, there's a lot of groundwater out there. There's a lot of water with no place to go.
Right.
So it did affect some of those things. So, but we've had perk tests. Things have been going well. We've had a few complaints. Nichols, I'm going up to Nichols tomorrow. They have a new food service provider. So I'm meeting with the gentleman, Russ, and we're doing a walkthrough. So,
Fun.
yes, so we'll have to go up there for,
Yeah, definitely make a field trip.
absolutely, for some food once they open up and see how it is. Sodexo is no longer there, so they have, I can't remember, it's
Oh.
Rebecca's, I'm so sorry. I don't know, I'm sorry. There's a lot going through, but I'll be going up tomorrow, and we'll go from there. And there is a new president up at Nichols, so I'm
I
sure.
saw that, yep.
I'm sure that we'll be, touching base with him at some point regarding everything. So, okay, that's the end of health agent report. Public board, we have no public anymore. Sergeant Popowski left, so no public comments. Any board comments? Anything that you'd like to see us work on for the future, or do, or need to address, or anything?
Not that I can think of at this current second.
No problem.
Somebody asked me about the beach. It's open?
The beach itself, but I don't know if there's lifeguards.
Okay.
How's that? I really don't know. And I'm sorry, it's been crazy. And then with the rain,
Right, yeah.
I can tell you that the beach is tested weekly.
Mm-hmm.
We get the results. Everything's been good. But again, with all this rain and everything, I'm afraid that we might see a spike in the next test or something.
No doubt.
Hopefully we don't, but rain
Right.
can do horrible things.
Yeah.
So, but as far as I know, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, somebody had asked me, and then the rain just started and never stopped, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't think
I don't
anyone's going to
know.
the beach today,
No.
but I'll ask at the next meeting, so.
And I will let everyone who's watching know the playground at the town hall is closed due to a safety reason. They are working on it. But we are hoping, to get that open in the future. I don't think there's anything else. We need to work on Earth Day so that we have a bigger and better Earth Day. Oh, who's gonna secure Dudley the dumpster dog?
I can take care of that.
Okay. For
For our September 11th?
yeah, I have
But
written down.
do we want to borrow that again, or do we want to, who can I talk to about seeing if the town can buy one? Michelle had brought that up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be seeing how we're trying to get some more organized events that we actually
Let me
invest
see.
in one.
I don't know what our budget is like at all.
Okay,
We'll look into
yeah, let's.
budget. Remind me, Amanda, if I
For-
forget
for-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dog costume. I don't
I
even
mean,
know.
I had done some research. I don't know if they could get a better price, but I mean, just me quickly looking around, it's about $100, $119 for
That's not
a dog
bad.
costume. It's not
Okay.
horrible, and it's pretty much the same one that we borrowed from PT. So
Okay.
And again, I don't, that costume has been around.
It's been well loved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're sort of adopting that, like.
And
our
I
little
think it's a
mascot.
great. I
Yeah,
thought it was
I
that
love
was
it. Yeah.
perfect. It,
Yeah.
for Earth Day, it worked spot on.
And where we're gonna
Cute.
really get bigger and better,
Yes.
for next year.
Yes.
It would be great to have our own.
I guess I need to come in front of the selectmen to ask permission to hold this bike rodeo.
Oh, that is true.
Mm.
Permission to hold.
So if I put together a flyer, do you want me to email it to you all? I'll CC you all and just to
Yes.
approve it. And it's mostly, I'll target it for businesses to see if they want, let them know what we're doing. If they'd
Right.
be willing to either donate or have some type of fundraiser, that they would raise money, that they would in turn donate to the program. Okay.
Yeah, and I think once the community finds out we're doing something like this.
Yeah, maybe people will just be,
We'll get
generous.
more feedback.
Right.
Mhm.
And again, if you have any suggestions or anything, feel free to contact us.
Please,
We
yes. Or if
definitely.
anybody's had experience with, if they've lived elsewhere and had some type of experience with this,
Yeah, we definitely,
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Okay. I have nothing else.
Same.
Wow, we covered a lot. That was good.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was. It's a good meeting.
Oh, I make a motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
I passed unanimously. Meeting adjourned at 5:20 p.m. Thank you very much.
Thank